Spot that you don't see very many people go to. Did a lot of cool things, and enjoy the video. Tight lines. Let's go fishing. How's it going, guys? So I want to thank you again for helping me reach 500 subscribers, and so I'm gonna do another fishing spot breakdown. The spot that I'm going to show you is the Boat Hole Demit Park area. It's actually a oldie and a goodie, and so let's get started. First off, it's in Flower Bluff, so if you come all the way down into Flower Bluff, we're going to be looking at this area here. And so the way to get there is once you come down SPID, you can get off on Waldron Road. If I suggest, if it's the weekend, if it's in the evening or something like that, you can actually take this flyover right here, and then where you want to go is, let's zoom in here, where you want to be is Jester Street, which is right here. Okay, it's gonna come all the way down to here. Now I suggest, if you're going early in the morning during the week, this area is filled with people trying to get into the base for work, obviously. So the best thing I've found is go ahead and get off the freeway at Waldron Road, and then take a left. And if you are on one of these days where it's really packed, there is a right before you get to the turn, to get to this main entrance here, there is like a, you can go the back way, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And the back way is actually, let's see if I can tell you what street this is. It's right here. So just come all the way down. You're going to keep going, and you will turn right over here. Okay, take a left and then keep going straight, and you'll run right into Jester Street right here. Okay, so once you get into Jester Street, you're going to hang a right, go all the way down. So it's actually a pretty easy shot. Now, if you haven't been here before, they've actually redone this pier right here. It's actually very, very nice. If you want to come at night, it has lights on the pier. It's got green lights for the water. It's actually really awesome. It's actually a really good spot for wade fishing. I used to come over here and wade fish all this area. It's actually, it's not real shallow. It's probably 2 to 3 feet right in this area. Okay, flounder, drum, some trout. There's a lot of potholes in this area. Now you're going to wade fish. There is the old pier that runs right in this area, so be very careful. Those are still there. The structure is still there. At the same time, the structure is still there. You know, there's always good fish around structure. There's also some pieces of, I'm assuming, an old pier right about here and right about here. So just be careful when you're walking. You can hit that. There's also a cable line or something that kind of runs down here. So just be aware if you're walking through there. But it's a good spot. Now, once you get, this is actually right here, is right before the channel runs here, and here is a deep channel. So no, you can't get all the way in there unless you swim across. But it's really good. You can walk actually past this pier. You can fish all this area. It's really good if you're wade fishing. Now, I know it shows parking right here. The parking is a little bit limited right now. They're supposedly going to build more parking. So hopefully that works out. As of right now, this area is still available. There is some area right here in this area. So, in fact, is that my truck? No, it kind of looks like my truck though. Anyways, what I typically would do is I will back up and launch right here. So I'll park here in this area and launch. You can launch in here. This dark area is actually not a good spot to launch because it's like there's like a little, I guess there's a ditch that runs out through here, and it's very soft, very muddy. So just be careful about that. Once you launch, what I typically do would just back up here, just kind of out of the way, so you get somebody else can get more room. Now it is possible to walk and launch from over here. Just got to drop here and launch here. It's shallow enough. This is actually a very good spot to if you're new to kayaking and you just want to practice or something, you know, because it's actually shallow enough and you get a lot of practice around here. It's really pretty good. So in this, you know, I flipped over here my very first time, and it's not a big deal. Get back in, you're good to go. Okay, so once you launch, I'm gonna say this is actually the Bluff Marina, I believe it's called, right here. Unfortunately, you can't even if you pay, they don't let you launch from here. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. They don't. I've asked before, and they don't. You can probably get away with going to the bathroom if you had to. They do have a bathroom, and they will let you if you don't do it all the time, I'm assuming. So once you launch out, typically what I do is I will head in this direction. First off, there's good flounder fishing in this area here, all up in here. I've actually seen a bunch of flounder caught here, all up in this area. I personally haven't caught any there, but I have seen them catch, you know, crazy amount of flounder in there. What I typically will do is head in this direction to these islands. It's actually a good spot if you're early or late at night. Right here and here and even here, there is some cabins, and they have their lights on at night if they're there. I don't know if they leave them on all the time. Again, correct me if I'm wrong. But you know, you can fish just on the outside of these lights, you know, around there, and it's I've seen a lot of fish caught at night that way. I've actually wanted to do that one night. This is a little island right here. All this area around the island is really good. I've gotten hook up there, and so after I work this island, I will head and right around this part. Now a good spot is actually in between these two islands here and here. My wife has hooked up in this second part here, right? It's actually it's shallower in here, like 6 inches. You have to paddle, and you get a little bit more water on this side here. It flows usually through here. These are good redfish spots. Definitely want to hit these islands, all around these islands. early for these redfish before it gets too hot. After that, what I typically will do is head into the boat hole area. This is the boat hole. If you haven't heard about it, that's it right there. Okay. All that water flows in from the bay all up in here. I've seen some really big reds caught up in here. Now, it's about, I'm gonna say, there's like it's a hole, it's a boat hole. I mean, there is a big area in here, right? I want to say, it might, yeah, huh, okay, all the way around here in this area. You're looking at about 6 foot, maybe more. In some cases, I want to say it was up to 10 foot, if I remember correctly, right around this area. I like to hit these drop-offs right in this area. Now, all this right here is grass. Some thicker than others. There's nice potholes in here, but what I like to work is this weed line here. And then it gets shallower up in here. I'm talking about all this is probably a little over a foot, so the pedal drive will work pretty far up in this area. And sometimes, you know, it works even better. This is a good spot here also for some trout. Usually what I do after that, I just kind of worked all the way around and work those trout up in this area. These are flats, good potholes. And then I work my way up into these islands again. Always try to hit these islands because the water flows through there, and depending on which way the water's coming in or going out, you know, worked around those islands. Another area is this boat channel right here. A lot of activity, a lot of fish flow through there, a lot of bait flows through there. Get closer here. All up in this area. I mean, I'll work these drop offs along the channel. It's really good. These flats right into the channel. And here it's not as deep as this one. This one's probably close to 10 foot. This one's a little less than that here. I'm gonna say 6 to 7, maybe. Let's just say 8. Now, let me kind of back up so you can kind of see where we're at here. Here is here's the pier, but all this area is really, really good for trout. I caught my first PB trout here. It's about 24 inches in this area, and my next was a 24. I caught a 24 was my first one, and then not long right after, not in the same day, I caught a 24 and a half. So I mean, they're there. There's some nice trout in that area. Again, let me kind of back up a little bit. Right along right here is those power lines that run, I think it's right here, that run along through here. This area is good for trout. I've caught trout in abundance in this area, just along with where these power lines are. Now, if you can work your way into, you know, depending on the time that you're out there, what I typically will do is kind of work my way all the way around. Now, this area in here is the other side of the Humboldt Channel. All of this area here. All this area. And here are the bridges. There's a bridge here that runs, I want to say, to right here. I mean, it's obviously, it may be about to here. But what I'm getting at is there's flow through here all the time, and I see mass amounts of drum all the time flowing through here. I mean, it just freaks you out how much you see. Now, are they going to bite? When they're just swimming by, I have a hard time getting them to bite, and it may just be I don't have the right bait, or some of you drum fishermen can give me a tip on what I'm doing wrong. I've caught, you've seen this, I mean, but not very often. When they're just swimming by like that, it's hard for me to get them to pick on anything. But you know, again, drum in this area. I've seen somebody catch a massive amount, too much actually. I guess what I'm getting at is a really good drum spot here, and trout. I believe it's probably possible to launch at this turnaround. I've never done it. It looks like it's possible, but y'all tell me if y'all ever launch from that area. I mean, it seemed like it might be okay. That's pretty much it, guys. I want to say it's probably about. Let's see. Here's the pier. It's about a mile, but it goes pretty quick. That's about a mile. This is about 2, and you just kind of work your way around. It seems pretty effortless. It's actually a good spot for when you have like a north wind or the east wind coming through. It's a good what do you call it? Protected area. There you go. The boat hole Demit park area. This is the Demit area here. Boat hole over here. And if you're wondering, and I'm pretty sure I'm right about this. My dad used to work on base, but at I think like 5 or 10 minutes before 8 o'clock, they play Reveille, and then they play the national anthem at 8 o'clock. If I'm correct about that, maybe again, correct me if I'm wrong. So there you go, guys. I hope that helps out for you. And if you haven't tried it, it's try a new place, and let me know how you did. I've caught pretty good there. I don't go there that much anymore, and it's only because I forget about it. So if y'all have an idea for a spot for me to check out and do a breakdown for you, let me know. And thanks again for helping me reach 500. A good midpoint for me. I appreciate it so much. And if y'all see me out in the water, come say hi. I'd love to talk to you guys. And that's about it. Tight lines, guys.